What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Trend. I'm your host, Daryl Christian, and joining me today is Courtney Stewart.
Hello, hello, hello.
We got a very special guest today. You know him from Breonna, Tyler Perry's new show, new comedy. We got Monti Washington with us today. What's up, Monti?
Hey, what's up? How you people living?
Oh, man, listen, we're living our best life right now, right?
Doing what we can. Yes,
yes. Hey, ain't mad at that. Ain't mad at that at all.
Man, you've been a busy dude, man. You got the premiere of the show that just happened a couple months ago. It was doing well, first season. And, anybody who works with Tyler Perry, you already, I'm like, you're the elite list.
Yes.
Yeah. It's working with that man. It's different. He does things his own way, which is why he's as successful as he is. And, it's dope. It's just, just feel blessed to be part of a new show, and especially a new show that showcased 4 Black men in a climate we live in that's so pivotal and so important to kind of have, because we've never had that. Every interview I ask people, name a show that's had 4 Black men at the center of it. It just hasn't happened. So to be a part of that, and during this time specifically, man, it's an honor.
I agree with you, man. It's so important, especially, as we know what happened in the news this week with Breonna Taylor and just...
yeah, man, that hit me this morning.
Yeah, how did you feel about it when you heard the news? Were you surprised about the verdict?
You know what? This is what happened. If I'm being completely transparent, I haven't been on social media today. I kind of heard it, but, I've been having a lot of interviews. I've been having a lot of big auditions that I got to focus on. And I just woke up this morning, real talk. I go for my little prayer and meditation walk, and it just hit me. I just start crying. I start crying. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I posted this video just like expressing the tiredness of it. And it's just conflicting feelings. It's like, okay, there's no way. It's a binary issue. We live in a society where it's non-binary, a lot of stuff. And I love the fact that different religions, sexual, gender, all that stuff is being appreciated. But in this particular topics, the oppression of Black folks, the injustice, the police brutality, it's a binary issue. You're either utterly against it and for reform, or you're okay with the status quo and you're for it. So that just kind of hit me this morning. So after going through that series of emotions, I just, the anger and the despair and all that, I was just like, okay, I'm focused. What can I do as an individual, as a Black man? What can I do to try to lessen this for future generations? And that's just kind of how you got to frame it, put it into your art, put it into your work. And that's kind of how I've dealt with it thus far.
Do you feel an energy of optimism from wanting to work for it? Or do you kind of feel like it's just doing what you got to do because we can't accept it as it is? But do you honestly feel like in your actual lifetime in existence that the shift will finally happen?
You know what? That's me. I have to. I'm an optimistic person. I just choose to believe that. So yeah, I truly do. Especially, I work a lot when I do motivational speaking. I speak to a lot of colleges and high schools. And the younger generation, specifically white younger generation, they're not like the older generations. They're out there. They're talking. They're standing. They're not staying silent. So I have hope for the younger generations that they're not going to allow this to go. It's the older generations. People don't understand, the civil rights wasn't that long ago. You have a lot of those people still alive to this day that were involved with that, when it was okay to publicly lynch Black folks. Now it's okay only through police means. But now I feel like the future generations they're not going to stand for it. As far as allies going, especially Black folks, no, this is a new day. Cats is talking. Cats are, it's a different day. So yes, I feel optimistic. I know it's going to be a fight. It's going to be long. We're going to take some L's, but I just believe it's things happen for a reason. This current administration, the pandemic, everything is happening. Everything is happening for a specific purpose, and it's bringing the light and the focus into Black people and our issues and the things we've gone through that other people have been able to dismiss and say hearsay. No, it's people know what's up. People know the truth. So I'm incredibly optimistic, angry, confused, sad, and all that, but I'm incredibly optimistic to keep it real.
I feel you, brother. It's like every day I wake up with a different emotion. I'm almost afraid to turn on the news to actually find out what's happening. So I completely understand, but I'm with you as well, channeling that energy and trying to put it into your art. And that's definitely what you're doing on your show with Breonna. And tell me about your character, man. This is what I love. I watched the premiere episode. I'm loving the energy and the dynamic. I think that I think Ma's got a crush on you, by the way. I don't know what's going to happen in future episodes, but tell me about Bill.
Ma is always, wait till that second season come out next year. Anyways, I ain't gonna give you no spoilers, but Bill's the I think he's a chameleon in the group. When you look at the rest of the bros, you got John played by Barry Brewer, who's the lovable loser. You know, he's an entrepreneur down on his luck. You got my boy Philip Mulligans. We call him PJ. That's my guy. He plays Mike. He's like the asshole. And then you got Tom. He's a nice guy, the doctor. And then you got little old Bill over here, who's a little bit of everything. I'm kind of the chameleon in the group, and you know, just my storyline this first season specifically. I made the cardinal sin that a lot of women have dealt with and a lot of men have done. You let a good woman go, not just a good woman, you let the one go. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can't tell you how many DMs I have been getting cussed out from women. I can't stand your character. I'm like, yo, the brother realized he let a good thing go. Yeah, it took him to see her with another man, but the moment he realized, if you caught up on the show, you seeing all the hurdles I'm jumping and everything to prove that I'm in love with this woman and all of that stuff. I'm like, you gotta catch a man a break. Like, man, we make mistakes, but once we realize it, like, give us a little grace to kind of make up for it. So that's what's happening with Bill. You know, as far as with his bros and his friends, you know, he's there for him, but he's definitely a chameleon and impulsive as hell, at times selfish. But I think that's why I get so much heat, because so many people can relate to that. A lot of men can relate to being confused and not knowing at the time. And a lot of women that I know personally have experienced a dude who they gave everything to, and then the moment y'all done and he sees you happy with somebody else, he come running back. And I know that makes women mad as hell. So yeah, I get a lot of heat for that.
As you should.
Oh man, it takes a man sometimes. You know, I got a theory, okay? And tell me, Courtney, specifically you, tell me if you buy this, all right? This is real, all right?
Okay.
She's already getting ready.
Put your judgmental hat away for a second and just hear me out, okay? My sister, all right, hear me out. I feel like, generally speaking, women have multiple guys who could be the one. I think there's a handful of dudes that if they play their cards right and they don't mess up, that could be the one you spend your life with. I feel like with dudes now, whether this is because of conditioning or because we're just so used to kind of, you know, ripping and running, that it takes a specific kind of woman. You can have everything, but if you're not the one, it don't matter what you can do. You can be an incredible woman. And oftentimes, because we're in the habit of dating and doing all this foolishness, when we see the one, we don't identify her, we don't recognize her until we start messing around again and realize, oh damn, that wasn't an average woman, that was somebody who was special. So I feel like that's what happened with Bill. I just feel like it takes a very special woman to really make a man say, forget everything else. And I feel like it takes a certain kind of dude, not a specific dude, but if there's some kind of attraction for the woman and you on your stuff and you ain't playing games, I think a lot of women, there's a handful of dudes who can fit that role. But for dudes, if I'm wrong, if I'm lying, I'm dying. But I think it's rare. I think it takes a special kind of woman. That's my story. I'm sticking to it, man.
You're probably right. There's like, you're not wrong.
There's some wisdom in there.
You're not all the way wrong. Okay.
I'll take that.
But because there's 4 different guys in the show.
Yeah.
Of all the guys, which one do you actually relate to specifically the most in your own actual life, or which characteristics are the most?
You know what? Honestly, so it's weird. It's a combination. I got a little Tom in me. I'm a nice guy at heart. I'm a nice guy with an edge. I've learned that over time. You know what I'm saying? Nice guys finish last. So you got to have a bit of an edge. You got to make sure people don't step over you. So I definitely have that. I definitely have that dark side of Mike. I definitely have that asshole in me, that arrogant, you know, like everybody has those two sides. And I recognize if I let myself go, if I let my ego, you know, start to take control, I could be that guy, which is why I put so much work in not to. And I've been John before. I've been, you know, if you're an artist in this business, you've been the lovable loser. You've been down in your luck. Like in acting, you take a lot of L's. And so a lot of L's. I've been in this game for going on 10 years. Only the last 2.5 years have I been able to make a living and been successful with it. So I think it's a little bit of everybody. But Bill, and realistically, Bill in my friendship circles, I'm just like my character. I'm the one. I'm different with each one of my friends. I kind of jump around. I'm not anybody's particular like best friend. I kind of go solo dolo a lot. Within my group dynamics, I'm very much, depending on who I'm with, I serve a different purpose within that friend circle. So it's a little bit of everything, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And then what have you taken by playing Bill to help you kind of have better relationships in your own life?
Know what the hell you want. Like
that's like, a good one.
It's Bill. We just finished the second season in record time at Tyler Perry Studios, and this second season, I'm not hyping it up because I'm part of it. Tyler wrote one hell of a script. The second season, we go deeper. The episodes are longer. It's a lot juicier. And we got to dive deep as actors. We were so much more comfortable with each other in our roles. And so it gets crazy. And this man, Bill, I don't know what Tyler did to my character, but boy, if the ladies didn't like me now, ain't no hope.
Oh, no.
So I'll leave it at that. All I'm saying is knowing what you want, being upfront, being honest. I think that's what I've kind of taken away. Like, just, if you don't want something, say it. Don't string people along. You know what I'm saying? Be upfront in what you want. So I think that's what I kind of taken away from this character.
100%. Well, can you talk a little bit about, you mentioned obviously Tyler Perry does it his own way. Talk a little bit about your process as an actor going into Tyler Perry land and working in that, and what all that means. Like, what does it mean that Tyler Perry is doing it his own way?
You know what? like T-Peasy, right? He works his own way. You know, I will say this. People say it a lot, but he is the hardest working man in Hollywood. No debate. He is the hardest working man in Hollywood. I have seen it firsthand. And when you work with somebody that has such high expectations for themselves, has such a high work ethic, you got to be on that. A lot of the times, like my other shows I'm in, there's a lot of downtime. I'm kicking it, watching YouTube videos and the trailer and stuff, because the amount of work and the speed is like normal Hollywood, where it's long days. And there's, you know, if I'm on set for 12 hours, I'm actually on camera for like 3. That ain't like that with Tyler. Like, you got to be ready to go. So working with him, his level of expectations are high. And if you are not prepared, you will fall under, you know, the weight of those expectations. The good thing about it is, and I don't know if I can say this for any other show, because this is my only show working with him, he gives us so much freedom to play. So much stuff that you see in the show, they're organic, in the moment things that weren't in the script, that he gave us permission to be ourselves and really kind of bring our own character into it. And it's just created gold. Like, the cast, we got such a good friendship, and the camaraderie is legit, and he lets us play on it. There's so much, there's so many moments, and you don't get that with a lot of directors and writers. You kind of have to play it a certain way, and you got to figure out a way to kind of squeeze in your own uniqueness. With Tyler, he let us be us. The casting couldn't be more perfect. And it's just, it's such a unique experience. You can't really compare it to any other set. It's such a unique experience. But I'll tell you this, after going through 2 seasons of working with this dude and the way in which this dude works, you can't throw nothing at me on another set that I ain't ready for. I'll tell you that. Nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. We've interviewed a lot of actors who have worked with Tyler, and they always say the same thing that you just said. It's like, they say it's like an acting boot camp. You got to come prepared.
Facts.
There's no rehearsal time. You got to be ready, and you fire it off. You know,
you come ready. Let me tell y'all, for us to do 19 episodes this season 2 in a bubble, which was such a beautiful experience, just, you know, being around hundreds of Black folks in the industry, and everybody's just loving what they're doing. It's such a good vibe at the studio. When it's time to film, how we did 19 episodes, 19 40-minute episodes in 4 days, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I don't know if I want to go through it again, but that experience has given me a level of confidence and belief in myself as an artist that is invaluable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, one thing.
Sorry. I was just going back to just being on that actual studio lot, being an actor, having been working so hard for it for years, like you said, taking L's, and you get this job and you go to Atlanta to shoot. You're on the Tyler Perry Studios lot.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean for you as an actor, a person of color? Like, what was that feeling like going to the studio for the first time?
You know what? It's a moment. It's a moment in history. Going on the studio living there, seeing the sheer size of it, understanding like, damn, like I'm over here saving up to buy a house in LA. And y'all live in LA, y'all know that's a journey.
We all
right?
are, honey.
I know that's right.
Like that's a whole thing. And I'm over here, me and one of my castmates, we staying in one of his 30 houses that are just here, fully functional. We ain't even talking about the set ones and all that. I'm like, this is crazy. And it's just, it was an experience. I wrote a post the other day. It was like, you don't recognize the change that takes place until you step outside of it. And to be so disconnected from the real world and just be immersed in your craft, it was just beautiful. And especially with Black folks, you don't see that. So often you see a couple of us here and there in almost all areas, but especially in the entertainment industry. I normally see maybe one crew member, maybe one camera operator, but to just be like, yo, it's just Blackness all around. It's cool. You ain't got to, it's double consciousness Black folks got to do. It's double consciousness. We are Black, but we realize how that Blackness operates outside in society. And we normally go through society operating differently. We're not even aware of it. So when you get into an environment where you don't have to do that, you don't have to put the mask on, you don't have to be hyper aware of what you say and where you're around, and just get to be yourself, it's a level of freedom. Yeah. And just working. We got to spend time with your cast, and we just 10, 12 hours rehearsing a day with each other, just going deep into the work, having these conversations, talking about what's going on in the world. It's just one of those things, like it's a career defining moment with everything that happened during this time in which it happened. I don't know. I wish people can experience that, because it was something I'll cherish forever.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I like about your story that I found really interesting is that you had some obstacles at the beginning of your life that you had to go through that put you to where you're at right now. What was it that gave you that strength to push forward?
When you come from nothing, nothing. My mother was a crack addict and a prostitute. I slept in crack houses. I slept in parks. I was abused in foster homes, hospitalized, locked in a room for 23 hours a day for a few months. Got suicidal, had to go through therapy. So when you go through that, the lowest points of your life, and then you start to move yourself out of it, and then you have the courage to chase the impossible dream. Like, I think only 1.7% of actors make a living off of it. Yeah. And there's so many actors. And it's just, you can't have what you can't see. Vision is so important. And I say this all the time, perspective is a cheat code for life. There's a lot of things we can't change, but we can use it to our benefit, so your perspective is everything. So I don't know if it was just God-given or if it just happened over time, but I just realized you don't have to know what you want necessarily, especially at a young age. Where I grew up, I knew what I didn't want. I knew the kind of person I didn't want to be. I knew the kind of environment I didn't want to grow up in. And just throughout the years, you get these little milestones where you grow a little bit, you accomplish a little something, you hit rock bottom, you bounce back up better than ever. And over time, you start to instill this belief in yourself. And the experience with Tyler Perry Studios was another level of that instilling of a belief in me that, like, yo, I belong in this industry. Yeah. I'm chasing Idris, I'm chasing Mahershala, I'm chasing these cats. It's not enough just to be actor in Tyler Perry. That's dope. But even Tyler says it himself. He's like, use this training as a springboard to something greater. He's like, he literally told us working with him is to get your foundation as an actor, as an artist, to be able to be in a nurturing, loving environment with Black folks. Because when you go out, you're not gonna get the same kind of feeling when you go in other stuff. So all of that just kind of instilled in me, like, you can have whatever the hell you want in your life if you're willing to pay the price, if you're willing to endure. But perspective is a cheat code for life. And I just realized that if you can have a good perspective, if you can stay persistent, it ain't easy. It's not easy. Let's not get it twisted. But it's not a matter of if you can have what you want, it's just when. And if you keep with it, like I have for nearly a decade, you can be living your dream. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Well, we've been having a lot of conversation about mental health, and especially Black men coming into their mental health. And like Charlamagne the God has done a lot around that area. Having come from such a challenging background, and you're now like motivational speaker, like what have you sort of learned and acquired about your own policing of your mental health to continue to be successful as an actor as well?
Prioritize. I step away. The Breonna Taylor situation, it hurt me. It hurt me. I'm doing my meditation this morning, and I'm just crying, and I'm angry. I want to cuss. I want to all this stuff. And I realized okay, I'm not going to be on social media today. I'm going to step off. I'm tired of seeing the memes. I'm going to step away. So I implement rules for myself. I don't get on social media the first 2 hours of my morning. I pray, I meditate, I write, I do whatever, but not my first 2 hours. I need to get my mind fully awake so that I can respond to what I'm seeing rather than reacting, which is a distinct difference. You know what I mean? And then I don't do it at night. An hour before I go to bed, I'm not going to have these traumatizing images and stuff because it's starting to be normalized seeing Black folks killed and brutalized. That's not normal. It doesn't get easier, especially if you're Black. So I make sure I do that. And when I recognize when I'm getting overwhelmed, I'm working hard and I got so many more dreams. I got people calling me, congratulating me, and I'm so blessed and I'm grateful. I'm on 3 shows. I'm making a living off my speaking, my acting. Life is good. But I have nowhere near close where my vision is, nowhere near. And I have to step back sometimes, appreciate where I'm at in this journey and step away. Like next week, I'm going away for 3 or 4 days. I'm just gonna go in nature. I'm gonna take me and my lady. We're gonna go either somewhere in the mountains, somewhere in the desert. We're gonna go somewhere. I ain't got my phone on. I'm not worrying about nothing, nobody. I need to reset because being a Black male, being an educated one, an intelligent one, and now starting to move into that realm of almost celebrity influencer with a platform, I realized this fight for social justice for us, I don't have the option to sit on the sidelines. I don't have the option to be quiet because that's not who I am. I'm a leader. I speak up. I do that. That's an innate thing. And I have to realize with that, it's going to be a lot of these mornings where I'm just crying and I'm frustrated because the mistreatment of us. But I've leaned into that. I've accepted that that's going to be my role for the rest of my life to make sure I do that. And with that responsibility, you got to take care of yourself because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of L's that come with it, and you got to count the little wins. So I make sure my social media, I'm limited. I make sure my prayer and my meditation, my morning routine is sacred. And when I feel like I'm overwhelmed, like what we did at Tyler Perry, it was so rewarding, but it was a lot mentally draining. Like what we had to do in the time frame, it was a lot. I realized I'm mentally fried. I got auditions and stuff I'm doing. I got these interviews, but I'm going away for 4 days. I'm telling my agents, I don't say nothing, don't call. I need to reset so I can end the year strong. So you got to prioritize your health, your mental. I prioritize my stuff, not my significant other, not my friends, not my family. You have to take care of yourself. And I don't care if it rubs somebody the wrong way. I cannot give you the best of me if I'm depleted. And so you have to prioritize that, whether that's with counseling, therapy, talk, whatever it is, just letting that stuff bottle in or trying to compartmentalize like I often do, thinking, I can set this aside. No, deal with it. I dealt with the emotions, the weight of seeing another Black woman, no justice, and the implications of that, and the fact that one cop who got charged because of the bullets that didn't hit her, but the bullets that did hit her, like that's a heavy thing to grasp. And I had to sit in those emotions in my car when I'm crying and frustrated because I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do these auditions. I can't do these interviews today because my mind's heavy. Go through that process, let that out. And I feel better from it. Nothing has changed, but I feel better. I have a new perspective and I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, we all have to learn to take a break sometimes from social media
Seriously.
and all that stuff that's infesting our mind, and also to be kind to ourselves mentally and physically. So
That part.
Yeah.
That part. Give yourself grace and be kind. And I'm hard on myself, and I realize it's important. Like, it's okay. It's okay if you're not up to doing something. It's okay if you need to cancel plans. Because I overextend myself, especially when I'm not as busy. I try to link up with friends and, do all that stuff. And it's like, it's okay to be like, yo, I need me time. And not feeling any guilt, giving yourself some grace to do that and permission to put yourself first, especially when you know it's not coming from a selfish point of view.
Yeah. And I know you have a lot of goals for yourself. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Woo! I see myself in 10 years as that dude. I see myself in 10 years doing roles, speaking for large crowds, directing, writing, giving opportunities for other people, having my own acting studio. I'm at this point where I'm getting my stuff together. And now I'm transitioning into, okay, what's my legacy going to be outside of me? How many people can I affect positively? How can I use my story, my skills, my gifts, my talents, and my abilities, my platforms to help out people, and specifically Black folks? So 10 years from now, I want to be that dude. I want to be that dude that's doing Oscar level work, that's traveling the world, speaking, impacting people's lives. I I just don't see it not happening. And all the while remaining humble and hungry enough to make sure I extend help to other people, to give other people opportunities. I'm gonna be that guy undoubtedly, you know. Yeah,
I have no doubt about it.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you gotta have dreams. You gotta have dreams, boo.
Gotta have dreams.
That's right. You gotta have dreams.
Yes. Well, at least in the nearer future that we hope, nearer future, when COVID is in the rearview mirror, what's like the first thing you want to do when you can like get out in life?
Leave the country. Leave this damn country for a second. Go away. Go somewhere where people don't speak the same language, where, you know, my Blackness is appreciated. Go somewhere where I can just breathe and take in a different culture, and in the process appreciate my own culture. That's it. That's what I really want to do. I need to get out. I need to get out of here for a little bit. I need to pull a Dave Chappelle for a minute. I'm coming back. But I need that moment. I need it. So I think that's gonna be the first thing. I look forward to that. I look forward to just getting away for a little bit and taking a deep breath. Like life, man, it's a lot of nuances in life, and you got to take the good with the bad. And it's been a lot of L's, a lot of bad. So I want to be selfish and go somewhere and eat and drink and just chill and not worry about a damn thing.
Is there somewhere specific that's on the bucket list that you want to get to?
Man, there's too many places. There's so many places. Goodness, I really want to go. I really want to go to Ghana. I got my lady has one of her close friends is from Nigeria, and they're well-off Nigerians, so we're gonna get the full royal treatment.
Hey, I'm out of that.
Yeah, and just somewhere tropical. I've never been to Thailand or somewhere like that. You know, somewhere where you can take $100 and feel like you're a millionaire. You know what I mean? So just go. Honestly, just a new experience. This quarantine has been crazy. You know, you see the same people, you do the same stuff. Well, at least here in LA, you got Florida and Atlanta. Pandemic don't exist because they over there doing it major. But I need a change of environment. That way I can look back, because this is a crazy time we live in. And when you're in it, you don't really understand it. But it's like our grandkids aren't going to believe the shit we just experienced. They're not. Like, it's something out of a book. It's crazy. And we're living it, which is rough, but it's also a blessing because we're living it and we get to be a part of this history, and we get to try to figure out a way to come out on top of all of this. So I need to get the hell out of America.
I hear that.
We all do, honey.
We all do. Yeah.
Let's take a trip. Let's just take a group
just
trip.
Somewhere, right.
Get out.
We're going to call it the mental trip.
I know.
Yo, that's it. I don't want no driving, no nothing. We're going to eat, we're going to drink, we're going to sleep and chill.
It. Charter a plane, get us all on it. Just go.
Yeah, I'll wait up Tyler. Yo, Tyler,
yes.
I need your response to this trip real quick, bro.
I know that's right. Yeah, it's like we can't even write this in a history book what it's going to look like years and years from now. We're surviving a racial war. We're surviving a disease that is knocking out millions of people, and just everyday life that just
global
happens.
Warming, fires,
global warming,
like,
fires.
What is happening?
We had an earthquake last week.
Right?
Oh, I felt it. I felt
like,
it. I thought it was going to be the big one. I was nervous.
Yeah.
No, I was like, all right, God, if this is how it's going to happen, I'm ready.
Right. It's like
I'm prayed up. I know you.
COVID didn't give me, the cops didn't give me. I guess it's gonna be a damn earthquake.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt. Well, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Absolutely.
Where can fans find you on social media to know all that you're doing?
Check me out on social media, Monti, _Washington. That's my personal one. Now, if you want to keep up with my motivation, it's at Montivation. That's MONTI-vation on Instagram. Don't hit me up on Facebook because you ain't gonna get an answer back. But just hit me up on Instagram, DM me, talk to me. I would love to answer any questions. And yeah, just keep in touch. You know, I'm today I ain't, but typically I'm pretty active, trying to put some positivity to counteract all the negativity. So yeah, just look out. And of course, every Thursday night, Tyler Perry Bruh on BET Plus. We got a new episode that's actually out today. So stop playing games and go check that out.
Yes.
Perfect timing. Courtney, where can fans find you?
I'm all over social media at Stuart Starlet, and make sure you guys follow us on our We Are _the Trend on Instagram.
I forgot to say, Courtney, I like that T-shirt you got, that little Rakim.
You like it? I made it. I made it. Yeah, she's a Rakim verse in a world of mumble.
Yo,
wow.
you have no idea how much I appreciate that. I'm a hip hop lyrical fanatic, and these little mumbling I don't know how Future's famous, but anyways, no shade.
None of us do, but
and half these cats don't even know about Rakim, man. Like, anyways,
that's crazy.
It's wild. It's wild.
Well, I appreciate it, Courtney. And if you want to follow me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And you can find us on The Trend every week.
Yeah.
So please subscribe to our channel. And Monti, man, appreciate you again.
Such a
Looking forward to
pleasure.
seeing where your future goes, because I know it's going to be big. So
hey,
glad
y'all
you
good.
came on
Y'all,
the show.
Thank you for having me. And y'all got me before I got too bougie. So when I blow up and I take Denzel and Idris' spot, I'm not going to forget about y'all.
Don't forget
Anytime
us.
y'all want me back, I'm there. Say less.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll have you on our new talk show. You know
I
what
know.
I am with it. I'll be right there talking about how we survived COVID. I'm with it.
All right, man. Well, have a great night, and we'll be checking out
y'all
Bruh.
too. All right. Be easy, y'all. Peace.